If you love 18th century lifestyle, then Townsend's might be one of your favorite YouTube channels. Jon Townsend is the man behind this popular channel. His story is quite fascinating. In this video, I'll tell you how Jon got into history and the business of historical items, and how he started the Townsend's YouTube channel and became successful at it. So, now let's start from the beginning. Jonathan Townsend was born in 1966. He hails from Pierceton, Indiana, U.S. At a young age, his family's love for history rubbed onto him. From 10 to 18, his father, James Townsend aka Jim, took him along to historical events and ham fests. They also interacted with Boy Scouts and the Audubon Society. Jim's grandfather used to hunt rabbits on his way back from school to home with his 1831 Springfield musket and dog, and used to share these hunting adventures with Jim. This musket sparked Jim's interest into history and got him into muzzle-loading rifle shooting, which led to buck skinning, and this finally led him to the reenacting. Jim used to go to a lot of muzzle-loading rifle matches where he used to observe people setting up teepees and primitive camps and do buck skinning and trap beavers and reenact. Jim noticed that the reenactors were using some modern implements, and he was confident that he could make some of those implements. So Jim started making candle lanterns, and this started James Townsend & Son, Inc. in 1973 as a small family business. Jon's mother and sister, Frances, were also involved in this business, and his brother Dan and sister Cindy still work for the Townsend business. Jon started getting involved in the business in 1988, and around 2000, he took over it, and currently, he is the proprietor of James Townsend & Son. Initially, they used to make clothing and lighting items for the campers, and in the 1980s, they shifted to making Revolutionary wartime reenactors. Jon's mother wove hundreds of sashes on a loom, and around 1980, they were blanket traders. Jim used to research and manufacture camping equipment, tricorn hats, outfits, shirts, pants, shoes, etc., and later, when Jon joined the company, he too started researching the historical products to manufacture them. Thanks to this, he learned a great deal about history. Jon started the Townsend's YouTube channel on December 24, 2008, and from 2010, he started publishing instructional product videos of the products sold by his company, as he believed that it was easier to explain to consumers about the usage of products through videos rather than explaining on telephone. Jon worked on a few video projects before starting the channel. He continued working on his channel hoping that if any of his videos become viral, it would help him sell more products of his company. Even after Jon worked on his channel for many years, it wasn't a profitable venture, but he persisted thanks to his love for video production. At the time, he believed that YouTube would turn profitable in the future, and thankfully, his prophecy came true. After publishing a few instructional product videos, Jon realized that it would be better for him to teach more people history. So, he chose cooking with a focus on the culinary history and published his first cooking video, which was on the 18th century soldiers' rations, on October 31, 2011. Jon's videos on soldiers' rations became very popular. Later, he built his German kitchen and started shooting cooking videos in it, and switched his focus from soldiers' rations to normal household cooking, and many of his cooking videos started becoming popular. The success of the cooking videos inspired Jon to consistently publish videos, and in June 2016, his video Fried Chicken in the 18th Century 300-Year-Old Recipe became viral. This was his first viral video, and it got 1 million views within a day and greatly helped in the success of the Townsend's YouTube channel. After publishing around 200 cooking videos, Jon decided to branch out and also started producing content related to log cabin, canoe project, etc. It took him 11 long years to get to 1 million subscribers, but just 3 years to reach 2 million subscribers. Currently, Jon has more than 2.5 million subscribers on the Townsend's channel and earns from ads, membership, affiliate marketing, and he also accepts donations on Patreon. Jon has a team for helping him with his YouTube channel. He also has a second YouTube channel, Townsend's Journal, where he features research and behind the scenes of his main channel. Currently, James Townsend & Son is an e-commerce company which manufactures and retails 18th and early 19th century clothing and personal accessories. Jon loves 18th century history, especially in relation to North America. He is fascinated by the Industrial Revolution and the immigration which occurred at the time. He also loves the daily lives of people of that century. Jon's YouTube channel is primarily about the 18th century cooking. He researches about the food of that century by reading journals of people like Alexander Hamilton, and he also reads the 18th century English, French, and American cookbooks. Jon also tries to research and cook the 18th century ancestors of the modern dishes. He visits the historic sites to experience the history and also reads the 18th century diaries and manuals and interacts with experts and historians. Jon loves learning 18th century skills like woodworking and pottery. He believes that learning history can help better understand and prepare us for the future. Nutmeg was a popular 18th century spice which was extensively used in various foods ranging from meat dishes, oatmeal, scrambled eggs to desserts, and thanks to Jon's love for that century, he naturally fell in love with nutmeg. The 18th century German house in the Frontier Culture Museum in Staunton inspired him to build his German kitchen. Jon repurposed half of his outbuilding, which was an abandoned chicken house, for the German kitchen, and he uses the other half of the building for the camera work. Jon started filming videos with a Canon T2i camera, but later upgraded to Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, Panasonic Lumix DC GH5, Lumix S5, and GoPro cameras. He also uses a DJI Mavic Air drone. Jon attended Purdue University to study electrical engineering, but dropped out of university to work in his family's business. They used to also sell clothing products and historic items to Hollywood movies, television shows, theaters, and individual reenactors. Jon is also a reenactor. Now let's take a brief look at his personal life. Jon is married to Whitney. She used to work as a bookkeeper of the store. This couple has 3 daughters, Sydney, Lauren, and Ivy. Jon's father, Jim, was also a woodworker and a DIY and used to build things without any training, and this inspired Jon. Jim passed away at 86. Jon lives in northern Indiana. Now, enjoy a few tidbits about him. Jon is an introvert, technophile, and a proficient photographer and is into blacksmithing and DIY projects. His favorite recipe is white pot, and he also loves steaks fried in ale. Jon's favorite cookbook is The Art of Cookery Made Plain and Easy, and his favorite authors are Patrick O'Brien and Eric Sloan. His videos inspire many into trying historic cooking, and also his videos are being played by history teachers in the classrooms. So, how are you inspired by Jon Townsend's story? Please comment below. If you are into reading, I've also written his story on my website. Find the link in this video's description. For more success stories of your favorite YouTubers, please subscribe to this YouTube channel.